Well, I grew up in Michigan, and that's where I sort of was first exposed to art and design, which is where a lot of my heart still lies. But it was when I took a clothing construction course at a community college in Grand Rapids, is where that reality became, or that became more of a reality, and stuff just made sense. And I said to myself, people are really responding to the clothes I make. This could be my career. So that's really what ignited it all. And then having that community support and the support of friends and family say, you know what, move to the city, let's do this.
Right, absolutely, go for it.
Yeah, exactly. Just jump in. You can plan all you want, but there's going to be those things that are not laid out, and you just don't know the answers to those questions because you don't know questions to ask.
Right.
So you just jump in. And
Okay.
luckily, I think it's worked out fairly well so far. Right? Well, I admire myself. No, I'm kidding. I would say the designers that I look up to are all forward thinkers. So all very modern designs, but people like Miuccia Prada, Alber Albaz, who's the head designer for Lanvin, Dries Van Noten. All of these designers are all forward thinkers, but never sacrifice beauty in their designs. And I think that show me a woman who doesn't want to look beautiful, and I don't think that exists. And I love that where I find myself following the same mentality is keep pushing forward for what's going to happen, but never sacrifice beauty to do it.
Okay.
So, but then, yeah, and I love my young intern. My current intern is like 17, and such a young, crazy fireball of a designer. So I'm interested to see like what he's going to do in the next 5 to 10 years. I love watching like young designers, and I mean I'm still a young designer, but watching the next generation come up and have to see all their ideas.
Okay.
Well, being on any TV show and sort of watching yourself afterwards, it's very revealing, and I think that I know that as a designer and just as a viewer of the show, watching yourself say the things that you say and do the things that you do is very awakening, and I'd never as a designer look back at a lot of things that I've done. It's what I did in that moment, and then I move on, and my next collection is an evolution of that. And so my time on Project Runway was an amazing sort of diary like portion of my life that is documented for me to look back at years and years from now, but as a point in my career, it's not something that I go back to again and again and again, because it's always the next thing.
It's the next thing. What's on the horizon.
Exactly. Launching my own signature collection by fall of 2009.
Okay.
If the world doesn't completely fall apart. So that should be it. So as long as people keep buying fashion, I'll be there.
Okay. Now we've got this fun little random session in our magazine called What I'm Into, where we kind of pick your brain and kind of get into Daniel V's what's going on inside of that creative mind.
Let's
there's a thin line between creative and crazy.
Yeah.
Right. So real quick, right off the top of your head, what's the last CD you purchased?
I don't remember the last time I purchased a CD.
Okay. What's the last song you bought on iTunes?
Good. Now that I can answer. I think it was this horrible song by this horrible group called Girlicious, and it's called Stupid SHI whatever. And it's like a horrible dance song, but when I design, I don't like to think about what's happening. I don't like to know what's happening around me. I like to shut down and just focus on my work. So if I have music that I know I can do that to, then yeah, so that's
you kind of zone out.
I zone out.
Okay.
I zone out.
Okay. What's the last gift you received?
Flowers. I received flowers from a friend right before I left on tour.
Okay.
That's always a nice gift.
All right. What's the last movie you saw?
Man.
Whether it was in the theater, on TV, on DVD.
Okay. Changeling.
Changeling
was the first, with Angelina Jolie. That was fantastic.
It wasn't fantastic, wasn't it?
I loved it. Very dramatic. I love really dramatic movies. So other people don't like to cry. Like, give me the the sappiest, like hardcore.
You love the tearjerkers?
I love, well, and they can't just be the fluffy romantic comedies. Like, give me like the hardcore depressing movies. I love.
Wow.
That. Yeah.
Okay.
That's something that you guys may not know. I love depressing music and depressing movies.
Okay. What'd you have for dinner last night?
What city was I in? I was in Chicago. I had Thai food.
Thai food.
Thai food from a fantastic restaurant in Seattle. I was in Seattle last night.
Seattle last night. Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
Aries. I'm a ram. I'm a ram in the year of the cock.
That's incredible.
So I gave you, there's a lot of
information. Yeah, that's
my
a lot right there.
Social security number are...
All right, and that's it, actually.
Okay.
That's all we have for you. Thank you so much this evening.
Thank you so much
we really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out and supporting. I hope you guys enjoy Fashion Inside Out as much as I enjoyed writing it.
All right. So. Once again, this is Terron Austin signing up for cinweekly magazine. Keep it fabulous, y'all.